Alrighty, now let's go to our cash and trash list. We do this every Tuesday. Who's cash in the league, who's trash. Cash list people, hey, they had a fantastic game. A reason why they won the game, a reason why they put up points, a reason why they didn't lose the game. Maybe they're actually the reason why they won the game. They threw the game-winning touchdown, they caught the game-winning touchdown, they ran the game-winning touchdown. That's cash. We want to, honor these players. So that's what we do on the cash list. Do it every Tuesday after, the entire week has finished and we've seen everybody play, and we can start judging people. So this was the cash list going into week 15. We had the Dolphins defense: Nick Chubb, Davante Adams, Allen Robinson, Derrick Henry, Travis Kelce, Jonathan Taylor, Miles Sanders. Washington defense: Mike Bagley, Stephon Diggs, and Justin Tucker. So now that we've seen all these players play, let's go reevaluate them, see if they can stay on the cash list, see who gets bumped off, and we also got some additions that we got to do as well. So we start at the top with the Dolphins defense. Yeah, we can put them on here. Absolutely. They give up 12 points to that bad Patriots offense. We can definitely get behind that. Absolutely. Bring up the game real quick. Here it is, 12 points. They got one turnover to kind of seal the game late in the second half. What they give up? Only field goals. Perfect. Bend but not break defenses. They gave up 12. That's fantastic. I mean, folks, if you're not if you told me, oh, we held before I know the final outcome of the game, you tell me, oh, we held the opposing team to 12 points, I'd be like, oh, we won. Every single time you tell me, oh, we held them to 12 points, oh, I was like, oh, then you must have won. And the Dolphins did that here. So very well done to the Dolphins defense. They got the takeaway, limited to Cam Newton, didn't let him kind of run all over him, forced a turnover on Cam Newton that wasn't really counted, still got a turnover, held him to 12 points. For all those reasons, we keep this Dolphins defense on the cash list for another week. All right, let's go to Nick Chubb now, and the Browns won. They didn't put up a lot of points, but the stats were still looking good. Baker Mayfield still looked good. Nick Chubb, 15 carries, 50 yards, a touchdown. Very, very close. It was a very solid game, don't get me wrong, but I don't think we're going to count it as cash. Very, very good game, and I was very 50-50 on whether keeping Nick Chubb, but just kind of, it's just a good game. We're used to seeing him, in the 80s, 100-yard rushing. I get Baker Mayfield through for basically 300 yards. And this Giants defense was really clamping down on the run. So just a good game by Nick Chubb, but I think we have to take him off the cash list for this week, unfortunately. Maybe give me a second touchdown, give me maybe 30 more yards, and I could have probably kept you on here, but it's still it's a good performance. Good performance. All right, now let's go to Davante Adams. He's always usually up there at top wide receiver for the Packers. What did he do this week? Well, the Packers didn't even throw the ball that much. I mean, 143 yards. So, I mean, Davante Adams, that's basically what Davante Adams could do in one game, 143 yards. And that's what Aaron Rodgers did for an entire game. So, Davante Adams, 7 receptions, 42 yards, no touchdown. They kind of squeak out a win there. So, unfortunately, Davante Adams not going to be on the cash list for another week. All right, now let's go to Allen Robinson, kind of another wide receiver that's kind of guaranteed to have a lot of yards because that's kind of what their quarterbacks go to. Mitch Trubisky loves Allen Robinson. It's basically their only wide receiver that they really have. They win, but they didn't really use Allen Robinson. It was really the running game this week. So Allen Robinson, 4 receptions, 83 yards, no touchdowns, unfortunately. So still a decent game receiving, but they didn't throw the ball a lot. Mitch Trubisky had 21 passes. He completed 15 of those. 4 of those went to Allen Robinson. So there was just not a lot of yards to be had. So unfortunately, this was a big running game for the Bears. We may revisit this Bears team when we go to our additions, but Allen Robinson not going to be on the cash list this week. Alrighty, Derrick Henry, I can guarantee you this man will stay on. This man is absolutely fantastic. You can take any game you want, any Titans game you want this season, and he'll always have 100 yards rushing. This is what the man does, and this is what the man did this week. 24 carries, 147 yards, a touchdown, 6 yards a carry, opening up the passing game because Ryan Tannehill had an absolutely fantastic game, and we may have to revisit this game as well when we talk additions on the cash list. But for right now, Derrick Henry, absolute monster, best running back in the league, no debate, stays on the cash list. All right, let's go to Travis Kelce, the leading receiver. Could you believe it? A tight end being the leading receiver in an NFL season for an entire season. He's still up there, folks, and you know why? Because he's got Patrick Mahomes throwing him the ball. And so Travis Kelce, once again, leading receiver for the Chiefs this week. 8 receptions, 12 targets, the most targeted wide receiver for the Chiefs this week. Leading wide receiver. He had the touchdown, 8 carries, 68 yards, a touchdown. You love to see it. And Travis Kelce with Patrick Mahomes, it's like Gronk with Tom Brady times 1,000, folks. Gronk got nowhere near the production that Travis Kelce's outputting this season. So with that being said, I mean, we gotta keep him on here, folks. If that's Patrick Mahomes' best weapon, I think, it's really Tyreek Hill or Travis Kelce. They're kind of interchangeable, on a game basis of who's going to be the leading wide receiver for the game. And this week's going to be Travis Kelce, and I think we keep him on here. I mean, what this man's doing as a tight end is just absolutely fantastic. So we leave Travis Kelce on the cash list for another week. All right, let's go to Jonathan Taylor now, and I am absolutely I've come to terms that I am loving this Colts running game. Let's see what Jonathan Taylor and Nyheim Hines did this week. More importantly, Jonathan Taylor, because he's on the cash list right now. Trying to find the Colts game. Did we pass it right here? All right, Jonathan Taylor. Can he be on the cash list for another week? Let's see what he did this week. Jonathan Taylor, 16 carries, 83 yards, and a touchdown. Do you have anything in the receiving game? 4 receptions for 12 yards, so just kind of rushing the ball, and he did what he needed to do. 16 carries, 83 yards, touchdown. That's 5 yards a carry. Fantastic. It's a good game by him. He's already on the cash list, so we're going to leave him on. It's kind of a borderline cash game for me, and he's already on here, so we leave him on. I mean, this is why the Colts are having success, folks. It's not Phillip Rivers. It's this running game helping out tremendously, making it easier for Phillip Rivers to make some kind of better completion. So Jonathan Taylor, we'll keep him on the cash list for one more week. All right, Miles Sanders. He's usually why the Eagles are always in games, folks. He has great running games. He has big burst running games. He'll rip off a 70-yard touchdown, no problem. Get them back into scoring, pick up that scoring, jumpstart that scoring attack that the Eagles need every week, kind of. This week, we really didn't get it from Miles Sanders. 17 carries, 64 yards. It was just a solid game from him. We never got that big explosive run that really helped the offense. The Eagles really didn't need it. Jalen Hurts was doing a good job kind of managing the offense and putting up points. Really, besides the first quarter, they were doing very, very good. But they really could have used that Miles Sanders run at any point. Really didn't get here, and the Eagles lose by 7, unfortunately. Now, this isn't Miles Sanders' fault. I'm not knocking the man. I'm just saying we usually get that big run from Miles Sanders. We didn't get it here, and for that reason, we're not going to keep him on the cash list for this week, unfortunately. Alrighty, Washington's defense, and I'm a little torn on this one. What do I have officially on the notes? Let me see first. All right. Officially, we have them removing, but let's see. I may talk myself into keeping them on here. I mean, holding Seattle to 20 points, that's pretty good. I'll give Washington's defense that. They picked off Russell Wilson once. I don't think they had any fumbles. They did not have any fumble recoveries. But Russell Wilson, they still got a turnover, holding to Seattle to 20 points. Seattle put up nothing in the fourth quarter. That's when the takeaway was coming. So, kind of that, yeah, we kind of let them off, let them score early. They put up 13 points in the first half, another 7 in the third quarter. Very, very torn. If Washington won this game, I probably would have kept them on. Unfortunately, the offense couldn't help out the defense here. It's real tough. It is real tight, folks. We're going to take them off. It's unfortunate. It is unfortunate. You kind of let them get in the game a little early. It sucks because this Washington offense really wasn't helping the defense at all. I mean, the defense for Washington held the Seahawks to 6 points in the first quarter, 2 different field goals. So it's real tough. It is real tough, but unfortunately, they kind of broke a little bit too much in this game. We'll take Washington's defense off the cash list. Now they can definitely get back on next week. If they can have a good game, I'll definitely put them on next week, but I think we take them off this week. Very close, though. Very, very close. All right, let's go to Mike Bagley now. He was on the cash list because he hit that game-winning field goal in overtime last week not in overtime, at the end of regulation against Atlanta last week. Let's see what he did this week. Mike Bagley, the kicker for the Chargers. What do we got? The Chargers won. That's a good sign. Mike Bagley, 1 of 3 field goals. Oh, no. Oh, no. You can't be missing 2 field goals, and they both came in the fourth quarter, and they both would have won you the game. I mean, this game was tied going into the fourth quarter, 24-24. The Raiders barely had any possessions in the fourth quarter because they used their one possession in the fourth quarter to basically knock 8 minutes off the clock in the fourth quarter. So there was not a lot of time to be had in the fourth quarter, and you missed 2 field goals. Let's see how far these field goals were. If they were like from 60 plus, maybe we can forgive the man. But let's see where they were. 47-yarder. Come on. Come on. You can't make 47 yards to win the game. And then you get another opportunity from 51. That should be automatic. Anything from 55 in should be automatic. Should be automatic. So Mike Bagley, awful game here. 1 of 3. Missing game-winning field goals. That's why the Chargers cannot close out games because, you know, special teams not getting it done. Luckily, Justin Herbert took it upon himself. He said, y'all can't get it done. Fuck it. I'll do it myself. And literally, he did that. He rushed in for that 1-yard touchdown after completing like the 50-yard bomb. So Mike Bagley, oh boy, that is definitely not cash. We may see him later on another side of the list that you don't want to be on. But for right now, he's coming off the cash list. That's inexcusable, truly. All right, let's go to Stefon Diggs now. This man is having an absolute great season. He's elevating quarterback play wherever he goes. Kirk Cousins, I mean, look what he's doing this year. I mean, this man was throwing like 4,000 yards when he was in Minnesota. Or no, did he? No, that was in... Did he ever throw 4,000 yards in Minnesota with Stefon Diggs? I think he did once. But we digress. Here we go. Stefon Diggs, what did he do this week? For Buffalo, they put up a lot of points, and this man went 11 receptions for 147 yards. He didn't score a touchdown, but he is truly elevating Josh Allen's play, and I don't think anybody's questioning that. You don't go from like not even 60% completion to like 70% completion in 1 year if you don't have an absolute wide receiver talent, and that's Stefon Diggs, folks. And I'm not knocking Josh Allen. I still think he's a very solid quarterback. I just don't know if we're gonna get this level of production that he's doing this year if not for Stefon Diggs. He may have still improved, you know, from last year, but not this big, and we have to start giving credit to Stefon Diggs, and that's what we're gonna do this week, keeping him on the cash list. Yes, he didn't score any points, but 147 yards receiving. Oh my goodness, in 11 carries, just getting it done. Not one big hitter. It was just constant all game, and that's what this Bills team, that's what they do. They drive down the field on you. So Stefon Diggs can stay on the cash list for another week, and then we go to Justin Tucker, kicker for the Ravens. They didn't need him this week, folks. They didn't need him. They put up 40 points without basically him scoring the ball at all. Let's see what he did this week. Did he even have any kicks? Probably just some extra points. Justin Tucker, 1 of 2 field goals. Oh, no. 1 of 2 field goals. He hit 5 of 5 for extra points, so we'll give him that. Let's see where this missed field goal was from. His first make was from how long? His first make was from 46, so that's, you know, that's should have been guaranteed anyway. His missed field goal coming at the end of the first half, and it's a 57-yarder. Really should be automatic for a talent of Justin Tucker. We're going to take him off. Very well done for hitting your extra points. Really should have went 2 for 2, 57 yards. I mean, yeah, it's long, but not for Justin Tucker, who's very, very good, who's an established kicker in this league. So that's not cash. It's a good performance, but it's not cash. So we take Justin Tucker off. Alrighty, so those are everybody that's going to stay on the list. Now let's go to our additions. We do have a couple of them, and let's go back to Buffalo, folks. We got to go back to Buffalo because it's not all just Stefon Diggs doing that. It's this man, Josh Allen, 28 of 40 for 359 yards. No dink and dunk with Josh Allen. That's something I can definitely get behind. 2 touchdowns, not turning the ball over. That was the only knock that I had on Josh Allen. He turned the ball over, usually fumbling, not so much on the interceptions, but he usually fumbles a lot, and he's really cleaning it up. Yes, he's still fumbling, but he's not losing it. So far, we can give him a little bit of a pass on it. We do want to see him clean it up and really not fumble at all, but as long as he's not losing them, maybe we can give it a little bit of a pass. So Josh Allen, welcome to the cash list, baby. I don't think this may be his second time. I think we've put him on here one other time. But very well done by this man. He's having a hell of a season. Something I don't think I've ever seen before. I don't know if I've seen a turnaround this quickly before. It's truly something, folks. This man, hopefully he can keep it up in the playoffs. Man, this man working. Woo, he's good, folks. So welcome, Josh Allen. Alrighty, the next edition here of the cash list, we're going to go to the Packers game, and it's not Aaron Rodgers because that man only threw 143 yards. We're going Aaron Jones, the other Aaron on the team, 20 carries, 145 yards, and a touchdown. That's 7 yards a carry, folks. And this man, you know, basically why the Green Bay Packers won. He was the one constant of moving the ball. Packers got out to a big start, and then they kind of fizzle out in the second half. But Aaron Jones, great running day all game long, and we'll put this man on the cash list. Very well done. When the running game works, folks, I'm all about it. Let me see some 100-yard rushers. Oh boy, hang on. What do we got here? Opened up the script. Opened up the code of the website. How crazy! All right, Aaron Jones. Here we go. Aaron Jones. Very well done. All right. Moving on, our next edition is going to come from this Tennessee Titans team. We already got Derrick Henry on the list, so who's going to be number 2? Well, we're going to put Ryan Tannehill, and I was very, very close. I do want to put an honorable mention here. Corey Davis, 4 receptions, 110 yards, 1 touchdown. Very, very close. I was torn. Do I do Ryan Tannehill or do I do Corey Davis? But overall, Ryan Tannehill had 6 incompletions, 21 of 27, 273 yards, 3 touchdowns, no turnovers. And for that, we're going to put Ryan Tannehill over Corey Davis this week. If Ryan Tannehill had like 2 touchdowns, I would have gave it to Corey Davis. But that 3rd touchdown, I got to give it to the man, Ryan Tannehill. This man is playing great. He's an above average game manager. And that's what he plays like, folks. He airs it out when he knows when he has it because, you know, Derrick Henry's taking all the attention. So this man, he understands this offense 100%. Mike Vrabel, I think he put this team together, and he's doing it. I mean, he's done a fantastic job, folks. I mean, this Titans team, I'm very close to putting them number 1. I'm very, very close. They're putting up points. They're putting up like 40 points, and they're doing it throughout the season. This is not the first time they put up 40 points, folks. This is like the 3rd or 4th time they've done this. So, and Ryan Tannehill is the main culprit for it. Well, Derrick Henry and Ryan Tannehill, I think they kind of share success 50-50, and they both deserve the cash list, folks. I mean, they're playing outstanding, and they work so well together. Watch out for this Titans team. They'll make it deep in the playoff, folks. This team buys in. Mike Vrabel, he's a no-nonsense kind of head coach, and he's got these players playing very good, folks. Truly great. I mean, we see teams, you know, Chiefs, they don't put up 40 points every week. The Bucks, they rarely put up, 30 points. What else do we got? Star-studded offenses. I mean, this Titans team, they've got a lot of talent, but there's no really star. I mean, Derrick Henry's the big star, but then we got Ryan Tannehill, Corey Davis, A.J. Brown. I mean, those aren't big names like the Chiefs have, like the Ravens have, like who was the 3rd one I was just thinking of? I can't remember. The Bucks have. So they're just still getting it done, and I love everything about this Titans team. So Ryan Tannehill on the cash list. All right, let's go to Miami for our next selection here of the cash list, and we got to go to the running backs of the Dolphins here. Absolutely fantastic. So many injuries, so many key pieces for the Dolphins offense being out this week, and Salvon Ahmed steps up huge. 23 carries, 122 yards, 1 touchdown, and look at Matt Breida, folks. 12 carries for 86 yards, just getting it done. And even Patrick Laird going in 2 times for 20 yards, getting 10 yards a pop. So I'm actually going to do this. I originally had Salvon Ahmed, and I was really wanting to put Matt Breida on here, but I'm really just going to put this Dolphins running back committee on this cash list, getting it done. And these aren't even the premier running backs of the Dolphins, folks. This isn't Jordan Howard. This is Matt Breida, who finally got healthy, and Salvon Ahmed, who nobody's ever heard of until this season. So I'm going to put the Dolphins running back core up here. Or I'm going to put Dolphins running back committee. Let me put that. I mean, that was just a fantastic performance by them all game, getting it done. 200 yards plus by the running attack. I got to give it to them. So when they barely could pass the ball through like 145 yards, it was just nothing was there. All the receivers were out. Devontae Parker, Jakeem Grant, their tight end, Mike Gesicki. They can't throw the ball, and the Dolphins running back steps up hugely. So we put them on the cash list. Already 3 more players, and the first one is going to come from Chicago. And yes, it's not Mitch Trubisky, folks. You should never ever think that. Whenever I say cashless, get Mitch Trubisky out of your mind. We got to go David Montgomery here. We see Mitch Trubisky throw the ball 21 times. Well, you know why? Because David Montgomery had 32 rushes. Love to see it. Running attack games. Love them, love them, love them. 32 carries for David Montgomery here. 146 yards. Just getting it done, folks. 4.5 yards a carry. 2 touchdowns. He's the reason why basically they won. Mitch Trubisky was just kind of playing game manager at quarterback, and it works. That's what he is. He's a game manager. Not Ryan Tannehill game manager. Ryan Tannehill's an above average game manager, and Mitch Trubisky's kind of a slight step under average game manager. So Ryan Tannehill and Mitch Trubisky, not even close. We got to put David Montgomery on this cash list for what he did. Absolutely fantastic. Very well done. Just sticking to it. Keep on going. I know I spelled that wrong. So we'll fix that in post after the show. All right, let's keep it moving here. All right, we got to go to Eagles and Cardinals because this man single-handedly won the game for the Cardinals. I'll tell y'all right now, we're going to take a look at every one of this man's catches tomorrow on the show during our Wednesday film study. This Cardinals team only works when DeAndre Hopkins is going beast mode, and he had an, oh my God, outstanding game. 9 receptions, 169 yards, a touchdown, and this wasn't just a big shot once and, 5 yards here and there. It was consistently deep down the field. It was consistently 15, 20 yards. It was consistently double covered, caught it, no problems. This man, if it wasn't for DeAndre Hopkins catching all of these passes, the Cardinals wouldn't have put up 33 points and the Eagles would have won. DeAndre Hopkins single-handedly won this game. We'll show you tomorrow. But DeAndre Hopkins has to go on the cash list. He's probably the most impressive cash list addition this week, honestly, truly. DeAndre Hopkins, oh my goodness, I cannot believe I watched the entire game start to finish, and this man did not disappoint me 1 minute of him being in here. DeAndre Hopkins, oh my goodness, I can't wait for the show tomorrow, folks, to talk about this man, to watch it again and explain and walk through it. Oof, it's going to be a treat tomorrow. Do not miss it. Noon Eastern, twitch.tv/takesbyfans tomorrow live. We're breaking down film study. And DeAndre Hopkins, we're looking at him. Oof, we're looking at him. All right. And then we have got one more addition here to the cash list, then we go to the trash list. The last addition is going to be the man that he said, fuck it, I'll do it myself, Justin Herbert. He goes 22 of 32 for 314 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, no fumbles. He had a fumble, didn't lose it, so we give him the pass. But this man going down in overtime. Raiders went down in their first possession, got a field goal, so now Justin Herbert has to do something. They have to put up some points, and what does he do? He crosses the goal line on his own and gets the game-winning touchdown in overtime for back-to-back wins for, I believe, the first time in his career. So very well done to Justin Herbert. Didn't rely on the kicker, did it himself, and he did it very well. So we give this man a ton of credit. I think this is his first time on the cash list, so welcome him, folks. Welcome this man to the cash list. Very well done. Alrighty, so well done to this cash list. This is going to be the cash list going into Week 16. Dolphins defense, Derrick Henry, Travis Kelce, Jonathan Taylor, Stephon Diggs, Josh Allen, Aaron Jones, Ryan Tannehill, Dolphins running back committee, David Montgomery, DeAndre Hopkins, and Justin Herbert. Very well done, folks.